Hi guys, welcome back again to one of our special episodes on Time with the General. This is the General's World where we bring you fine entertainment, inspiration and education. Today I have a very special guest in my studio, and I'm very happy to have him here. It's been a long round back and forth, but today we are here to discuss about his life. A lot of us, we only know the stories of, we only know the glories of people, but we don't know their stories. Today we are bringing you their inside and out. They are telling us about how their journey started and how they have become what they have become today. Today I'm having, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I call him the man with the hat because it's always in his hat. So without much ado, let's welcome Kobby De Poet. Charlie, welcome once again, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Charlie, it's been a while. It's been a while, but
a long while.
It's really good to have you on the show. A lot of people only see you on television, social media, and they don't get to know about you. So today we are going to tell them a bit about Kobby De Poet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kobby De Poet. Where he plays with words. He plays with words. You know, he's a wordsmith. You know. So today, after the show, he will give us something little. You know, he's just giving us something.
For some libation.
You understand? You know, I loved your interview on GTV.
Okay.
Where you gave a poetry about, I think it was Independence Day or something.
Okay.
It was very emotional. Like, yeah, but yeah, you know how you do it. But it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So let's dive right into it.
Okay.
Kobby, it's been a long while. I know a lot of people describe poetry in their own words.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say poetry is this, poetry is that, poetry is that, but it should be your definition because it's something you fell in love with. So tell me, how do you see poetry? How do you describe poetry in your own words?
Okay. So in this world, the powerhouse of a human being, however a human being operates, are based on two main things. Number one is what they see, and then number two is what they hear. It informs all that they do. Okay. What they see and what they hear, that mainly informs what they do. Some say touch is part, but what you see and what you hear does a lot to you, more than any other thing. And so a lot of think tanks consider poetry as some words that can trigger emotion. But then if there is a movie going on, or you are showing a movie or any other thing, it is also a collection of words that also trigger emotion. So I sat back and I'm like, this thing that I am doing, how can I define it so well? And I thought poetry is more than that. Poetry is like encoded language, a language of codes, not just gathering any words to trigger emotions, but finding codes in words that can easily trigger the person easily. Okay. So if I can just mention just one word and you are going to consider a certain mood, like when I say red, what mood do you consider?
Love.
Okay.
You know, romance.
When I say white,
happiness, like victory.
So I just said one word, and your mind is tuning into certain realms. So I feel poetry is codes. If you tell me, Kobby, can you run this girl for me? Okay. I just have to find the right words. I hit it, pa. The girl is just yours.
I like that.
So that's how I see poetry. A group of codes, words that are encoded, like it's in codes, that easily trigger emotions. Okay. That's how I see poetry.
There, Kobby, you ran this girl for me. I think when we are done, I have a couple of girls that I'm iron, so I need some words to jot them down.
It is as easy as ABC.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you meet this man, if you're a lady and you meet this man, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a lady and you meet this man, please be careful. Because words are so easy to come by with him, you know. So I always say,
yes,
I like the stories of people, their journey, how far they've come.
Yes.
Nobody just, we were taken to school, and when we are kids, our parents call us doctors, some will say engineers. They give you all sort of names that makes you feel like this is who you are supposed to be. I'm not sure when you were just born, your mom said you become a poet.
No.
So tell us. I'm sure our listeners and viewers, those who listen to us on podcast, The General's World, Time with the General, they are really aiming to know.
Yeah.
How did you fall in love with poetry?
We are in a society that, because of the economic problems in our society, parents want their wards to be on certain paths that can easily help them in life. When considering the salary structure of that organization. So our parents will easily find doctor, lawyer for you. As for me, growing up, everybody was just mentioning lawyer for me. They were just cursing me with law. So
it was okay.
You see, so growing up, my father was all about, Charlie, you're going to do law. So be going to school. Okay, I went to Presbyterian Boys Senior High.
Okay, Presec
Legon.
Oh wow.
And then
that deal.
Yes. And so there I am just a fantastic writer. And I think I even took it from this same dad of mine that was pushing me into law. He's also a great writer.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, because of how he saw that, Charlie, some mistakes I made in my life, if you don't take a professional work that you'll be paid monthly and then you'll be stable, get your car, your house, you are going to suffer. So in Presec, I found that I was good in writing. I used to do, let me tell you a funny story. So, you know Hala Week?
Yeah. Where all your things are done.
Thank you. When to mean
I mean, this is a really great deal.
Good. In Presec, when it's Hala Week, it's a survival mode.
Yeah.
So my way of surviving is that, you know, boys like to write letters to other schools.
This is where I spent a lot of my money.
And see, when they want to do that, I take their letters, I write it for you. I'll go to the visual art students, they will design the pad for me. I'll write your letter for you, fantastic, put the words inside, everything. Then my payment is that you buy me 1 bottle of Fanta and then both fruits at Guase. In Presec, we have somewhere we call Guase.
I know the Presecans know about this.
Shout outs to all the Presecans watching the general shows. Guase. So you get me that at Guase. So I was using it to survive. The business was booming.
You call it business?
It was business.
You didn't know this was
I didn't know it was my life. So my friend, a certain friend of mine, Joseph Kwashi, so like, Kobby, let's make something out of it. Get out, good yourself. This thing is a 1-2-1-2 thing. Get out. We finished school. He still called me. Kobby, you have a talent. Let's do something about it. I said, okay. At that time, still survival mode. We're outside trying to see whether you go to uni or you find something to do. I got to uni, Legon. I went there. I was still doing my writing, and one senior of mine, he's now at Hit FM, last time I checked. And then he was like, Kobby, you can do something out of this. Why don't I give you space at Radio Universe so that you just come and pass through my show and then we'll see how this goes. I went to Radio Universe. I did my thing on the show and then they were like, fantastic. From there he said, Kobby, do poetry. If there are shows on the University of Ghana, let me link you in. Go there, go do something. Akwaba Dinner Night. Unfortunately for Akwaba Dinner Night, which was my first stand-up poetry show, I got blurred by the light. So the light I walked into the lights like these, but my words were off. I was standing there. And this guy in City TV, there is this slim guy, Citizen, I've forgotten his name. He's a City TV. He knows if he's watching this. He was emceeing. I'm sure he was emceeing that show, and the Akwaba Dinner Night. And I was just off. So from there, I nearly gave up on poetry. I was like, I will not do stand-up again. But somebody called me again, and then they forced me to come. And I said, okay, I'll rehearse. But when going, I'll do something. I'll wear a hat. So when the lights come, I'm going to tilt the hats this way. So I'm not going to see the lights. But I can, my words, I can see the audience, I can do everything, but I'm not seeing the blue lights and all that.
So is that the story?
That was the origin of the hat. From there,
this is very interesting because
an exclusive for you.
I have never heard this anywhere. It's only on the General's World.
Oh yes.
So this is the story.
That is the origin. So from there, and it was a coffee brown hat at that time.
Wow.
So from there, I wore the hat 1, 2, 3, and then I was using it for the same technique. And then I realized that no, people will say they will not even mention Kobby, the brown hat guy, the brown hat guy, the brown. Okay, so that is what a brand is. Something people know you for. So then why do I have to worry about anything? That's the brand.
That's all.
We just put it in there and then.
That's all.
So yeah, that's the brand. The brand is something people know you for. So find something that distinguishes you, and then do it consistently.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So who can you say? I think shout outs to all the people who pushed you to become who you are today.
Yes.
I think you mentioned one or two.
Joseph, the man at City TV, the one at Hit FM.
Shout outs to all of you. God bless you, because we would have missed this talent.
Oh yes.
To law.
Yes.
You can become a lawyer.
He will still become a lawyer though.
He will still become a lawyer, but the lawyer will be the side house.
Oh yes.
Because poetry is in his blood. So shout outs to Joseph and all the people who pushed him to become what you are. So I think there are lots of inspiration behind what you have said.
Yes.
And these are happy moments, and these are things that you will forever be grateful for.
Yeah.
But one thing I always want to know on the show is that story that gives somebody the edge not to give up.
Yeah.
You almost gave up because of your flaws.
A lot.
I am a motivational speaker, but I mostly tell people that giving up is just part of the process. You want to give up, it's as easy as it comes.
Yeah.
But the regret that comes with giving up is unbearable.
Yeah.
So listen to the story of our brother. So who inspired you?
You see, this story of giving up, like I told you, there are a lot of art forms in Ghana that we belong to the narrow part.
Okay.
Not a lot of people have made it on it. Truth be told, music, even in Ghana, is not as glossy or gleamy as it looks like.
Okay.
Like 80% of them, they just have the clout, but they are not making the money.
Okay.
A lot of art forms are experiencing that. You have to be, first of all, God has to be your first inspiration. For you to stay on a certain path, God has to be your... Listen, if somebody tells you God is not... I don't want to be so religious about this whole thing, but knowing God is not religion. See, it is existence.
Okay.
Because He is the very fabric of our existence, whether you like it or not. Number two, yourself. If you give people the opportunity to control how you will feel or where you will get to, you will be disappointed so many times. Put yourself afore everyone else when it comes to inspiration. Then you would start seeing what the positives other people would be adding up to you, and you will be focusing on that because it is you looking for inspiration. What inspires me? Okay, this person says this, I like this. What he said next, I don't like it. I will take what I like, leave what you... But if they are controlling you fully as your whole inspiration, then if they bring the negative, it will bring you down. I will tell you a story. It reached a time, there were a lot of shows. It's not even this times that we can have a show that will pay us maybe 2K, 3K, maybe 4K. I've even been paid 5K for a poetry performance or contract before. Wow. But it wasn't like that. You do a lot of free shows and they know it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You will do a lot of free shows. Somebody will give you a stage and will tell you, I am giving you exposure. That's the word. I am giving you exposure.
God bless you, brother.
And and all of that. And it got to a time that a certain uncle of mine called me and he said, you are good at what you do. Apart from me standing before cameras or anything and doing poetry, a lot of art forms I do their background work for them.
Wow.
Because I'm a shadow writer.
Oh, okay.
A lot of skits, movies out there, it has my hand in it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of big works out there, books out there. I will do the shadow writing. How did it get there? We did a lot of those things that they tell you, no, it's free. Go here, it's free. Then you feel like, this thing I'm doing, when would I even get money to even shoot a video?
No.
Or even go to a studio to even record or do that? I almost gave up. But then I told myself that this thing, my inspiration is to see people listen to my words and say, Kobby, I was depressed, but what you said, this that you did, it has brought me back. Kobby, I was sick, but I listened to this piece of yours and I felt healing running through my veins.
Okay.
Kobby, the flaws in the country that is going on, corruption and all this thing that you said, it hits me so hard that even if I want to go on a wrong path or do something wrong, I remember your piece and I'm like, nah. So that was my inspiration, that I want to be a change in society. I want to do something that is different, that would I affect people's lives. It's not about even the money or something. Before I realized, then people were seeing me that, no, he deserves more than the exposure thing. Let's give him something. And it started building, and then connections will start coming, and then you are gone.
One day I saw you on GTV.
Yes, and I've even crossed television. The borders of Ghana with poetry.
Whoa!
I have worked for highly esteemed people, including the president of Ghana.
That's
so yes, it's
really
how
big.
Far poetry is taking.
That is really big.
Yes,
that is really big.
Yes,
and congratulations on meeting the president. Whether you like it or yes, he is the highest in the country. Whether you like him or not, whether you are, I don't care. But he is the highest. Being on national television, GTV itself, it's big. It's really big. Because I was thinking,
yes,
the genre poetry doesn't really pay. The genre it's not really popular in Ghana, like Ghana per se.
Yes,
it's not really popular, like, because there was a guy who went on Britain's Got Talent. And he just gave poetry.
Yes, and he won with poetry.
He won with.
Yes.
I was surprised.
Yes,
words. I'm really moved by words.
Yes.
So I wanted to. I always love to do inspirational writing, inspire people, not just for the money.
But words are the basics of every art form.
But it's funny enough that nobody feels the need for words or inspiration until they find themselves in a situation where
they need it.
They realize that
when you see that you are depressed and you need somebody to talk to you in a certain manner, say something that will I think in Ghana we are less appreciative of something that we do often, and Ghanaians like talking too much, so they don't appreciate words until
you see.
Yes, it's going to hit them in a certain form. Yes, and so but we are learning. I mean, it's getting better by the day.
Like somebody who has gone through broken hearts. He is in that stage of broken heart. But when he is not in the stage of broken heart, he hears the music and dance to the music. But when he's in the stage of broken heart,
start listening to
the lyrics.
I lied.
Yes. you know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that you are really making it big. Have you ever thought of opening a school or a platform that you could help young kids navigate their way through poetry?
Yes.
Because I know there are people who have that kind of zeal. I wanted to always become a footballer.
Yes.
But my parents felt like, no, I want you to go to school. You play football, you come home, you'll be beaten.
Yes.
But today, see.
Yes.
But even though there's a saying that when the plan changes, change the plan, don't change the goal.
Yeah.
I want to inspire people. Maybe I might not be a footballer, but I will use this platform to always inspire people.
But even if you didn't turn out as a footballer, you are still targeting very good goals.
You understand?
So you are still on the
that
pitch.
Is bars, man.
You are still on the
that
pitch.
Is bars, man.
You are still on the pitch.
I might not be a footballer, but I am still scoring goals.
Yes, of course.
That is nice. I'm really excited that you're sharing your story with us.
Yes.
I'm really excited that you're sharing your story with us because that means a lot to us.
Yes.
A lot of young people out there
Yeah.
are listening to it, and I think they will be inspired.
Of course.
That when they want to do something on their own, when they want to do music, they want to do poetry,
Yes.
they will be happy
Of course.
to at least pursue it no matter the setbacks. Please, if you are out there, failure is part of success. No successful person has been at the top without failure.
Oh, but failure even brings the best out of things.
Good.
You do know if I want to build a house,
Okay.
the first one is not going to be the perfect house.
Okay.
Look at maybe Benz. I was looking at a video that was showing the transition in Benz. You can see that they did one thing so that there's not a perfect one. Let's add something. Let's change the light. Let's do this. Now look at the Benz we are having now.
Okay.
A whole machine on its own, and it is going to get better. So when you keep failing, you get better by working on where you failed and then fixing it.
Okay.
So you have to fail to know what to do right and how to do it even best. If you get something right at the first chance, and there will be somebody that will come and do it better to supersede you. But if you failed and you kept working on it, you will bring something so good that it will take years for someone to miss that.
That's really good.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's still time with the general, and I hope you are being inspired, because I am so much amazed by his story. The story about how the hat came about. I call him the man with the hat. The man with the hat.
I like that, because ladies have been saying that men have no hat. I love it.
But you got
I have a hat.
So this is time with the general, where we inspire you, and I know you are inspired.
Yes.
This is time with the general. You get to know where this is now the biggest show in Ghana. So this is time with the general. Before he goes, he will give us a piece, and we are going to enjoy that piece, time memorial. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Alex, for coming on this show. This has been a great experience, and I'm really honored to have a national asset be on this show. I hope you are trying to go to BGT. AGT. Yeah. Americans Got Talent. I think.
Let's see where God's tells. And you've been mentioning that he is big. He is this. Please, oh.
He is not.
I'm not big, oh.
Bring work.
I am now making it small, so please give me the platforms. Yes. And I am honored when people trust what I do and give me the connections.
Okay.
Somebody trusted what I do, and then he gave me the just ended Ghana Football Awards ceremony, and then I gave the tribute for the past heroes. And yes, that's what we have. A lot of things that we can do as stand-up poets to spice up events, TV programs, and all that. So Charlie, open up the opportunities for us. We want bring it up. We know the touch of words. Yeah. We know how to make a word, trigger certain emotions in the hearts of people. So please give it to us, and then we will do it.
Those days where weddings have been come, you always bring
flat
DJs. This time bring
come, let's spice it up for you.
Okay, thank you so much. If you see my clothes, what I'm wearing is being made by Nasi Clothings. Nasi Clothings. She's a seamstress. You will be amazed what she can do for you. So if you want that, her contact will be down there. Nasi Clothings. Nasi Clothings. She is very talented. I'll bring her one day on the show so that you know who I'm talking about. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having the patience and being with us throughout this interview session. We are on podcast, The General's World, Time with The General. We are on YouTube, The General's World, TikTok, The General's World. We are on all social media platforms. Like, subscribe, follow. Let's bring you good vibes. This segment, thank you so much. Be out.